It's Ricardo with junkguysdfw.net. It is a Wednesday morning. I'm headed over to an estimate here in Flower Mound, Texas. And last we had our mastermind meeting. I didn't go live in it. There was a lot of things I didn't want to show other people what I was doing. But I kind of got the sense that business is still slow out there. The reality is that we here at Junks are mildly slow. I think it was slower for us last month than it was this month. This month has actually been pretty good. Yesterday on the schedule, I had 5 jobs on the schedule. Before that, I had 4. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I think it got into October, and last Sunday, the Sunday before Halloween, man, I was running all over. I think I did like 8 or 9 jobs that day. It just seemed like it did. Maybe it was 4, but it seemed like I was running around the Metroplex. I want people to know that junk removal is a seasonal business to a lot of people. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Junk removal has its seasonal business also. And it seems like every time we get into the winter part, it gets a lot slower. I'm assuming that people already know that, but it does get a lot slower for a lot of people, right? And the realization is that people can't cope with it right the correct way. And I do these videos to try to help people out. If your junk removal business is slow, the realization is that a lot of people don't realize that it does get slow, and that business has its ups and downs. Any kind of business you're going to have has its ups and downs, regardless it has its ups and downs. What's up, Alex? And making your business foolproof takes time. And I'll do an example for you. I'll talk to you about an example, okay? My business is economy foolproof, not because I made it. I had no help in making it. I did nothing to make it foolproof. The one thing that I can contribute to making it foolproof, economy foolproof, is that I showed up to commercial jobs. I'm going to tell you why this is important. Every time that these commercial landlords and shopping center owners called me, I would go to do the jobs. I would complete the jobs. I wasn't doing anything spectacular, anything that's important. What would happen is I just would show up to these jobs and make money. And through the years, they got used to me doing that and having them as part of the team. I partnered up with them. And that's how I got so many commercial contracts. And the reason I tell you this is this reason. The commercial business, when a dumpster enclosure gets illegally dumped on, they call me here in the DFW area. It seems like I'm the only guy out here, but I'm pretty sure a lot of more other people do it. I just have the bigger accounts. So when I said that my business is recession proof, the fact is that it came out to be like that just because I showed up to jobs. Now here's what I'm talking about. And it always happens. I don't know if it's the Lord that sees me and he's like, hey, Ricardo's been doing good, we're gonna help him out. I don't know if it's that. I don't know if it's just business. But here's what happens. So when residential customers call me out and it gets slow, so I'll go from 5 jobs a day to 2 jobs a day to 1 job in residential. And then all of a sudden, I'll have one job, residential, and then I end up with 3 commercial jobs. But those commercial jobs need to be done. So as your business grows, you'll get these commercial jobs. And then they'll just call me because they never run out of money. These guys always have money on them. And that's the beauty of it. This past week, last week, I got 3 huge house cleanouts. They were all from estates. Commercial jobs. They were all commercial jobs. And there was nothing that would have. They were just going to call me because I already do business with them. Special. I have a history with these people. And I'll tell you something, guys. If you're just discouraged right now, the fact is that it takes time for you to have those contracts, to grow your business into a more viable, economic-proof, recession-proof business. Hey, Enrique, Christian, what's up, guys? I just hope that people realize that the economy will get better. The business of junk removal is here to stay. It's not going anywhere. You just got to be able to cope with the slow times of this business. Guys, I'm telling you, and I've said this in other videos a handful of times. I've said this in video. junkguysdfw has survived many ups and downs of this business. It survived the 9/11. The hijack of the planes, it survived that. That was a complete shit show. It survived the housing market crash, which was absolutely horrible. And then it survived COVID. So 3 economic failures throughout the United States. It survived each one of those. And none of those were good except the COVID one. The COVID one was awesome for us. Oh my God, COVID was the best thing ever happened to Junk Guys. We were able to make so much money during that time because people were staying home and realizing they had a lot of furniture that they didn't want to keep. It's so easy to be tricked and so easy to be convinced that your business is doing bad, but in reality, everybody's doing bad right now. I'm going to tell you something. And this is the reality of this. Over the 18 years, I've gained many commercial contracts. I don't know how many I have. I don't even want to know. Maybe 15 plus or 20 plus that are hardcore that call me every week. Not this once a month. No, we're talking about every week I get this commercial contract. I have 15 to 20 of those. I was talking to one of my friends, a good friend of mine, who has always been honest with me. Always been. He's been in business for 1 year. And I was talking to him, and he said, yeah, I got like 30 commercial contracts this year. And I was just thinking, that is not true, bro. It takes time to build commercial contracts. It takes time to build commercial clients. It took me 18 years to master this. And I'm like, dude, get out of here. What are you talking about? You don't not have, yeah, I work with this person. And I'm like, no, you've done jobs for them, but you ain't working for them, brother. When I'm talking about you work for them, that means when you walk into the offices, they know you by name. They know who you are. They have checks ready for you. And I have many of clients that I go in once a month and I pick up checks from. I do it all the time. The reality is that you don't have to lie in this business and make up stuff in this business just to make yourself sound good or... one thing, I'll tell you something. I'll tell you one thing. One thing that I did different from anybody else out in there in the business, and this is it. I'll tell you something. This is my business. One thing that I did different from anybody else in this industry is I didn't pay attention to anybody, and you know why? There was nobody. There was nobody to pay attention to, so I had to make up my own road. I'm out there paving my own road, you know what I mean? Like I'm paving the way for myself. Oh man, there's a school zone. There was nobody that I could take advice from because there was no junk removal company. There was just none. There was nobody that could lead me in the right direction. There was nobody I could ask questions to. And did I go the hard route? I don't know. I don't know. I was telling James the other day, and James is a good friend of ours. We went to the state fair. James owns B&G Junk Removal. And I was talking to James the other day, and I told James, I said, hey, James, you know, as you grow your business, look at me and do the things I do, because you have the ability to learn from me, bro. I had nobody to learn from. And I do these videos hoping that this business will actually blow up. It happened to just blow up. I was at the gas station. This is how rare it is. I was at the gas station the other day, and I was pumping gas. I was in Plano. I was in Plano, Texas. I was pumping gas. And while I was there, I saw 3 landscape trucks parked next to me. 3 of them were parked. They were just sitting there. And 3 landscape trailers. It was during lunchtime. And then all of a sudden, I see a junk removal truck, 1-800-JUNK pulled up. And I go, okay, that's cool. About time. I said, it's about time that these... that I see a junk removal truck pull up. It was kind of funny, because every time I'm at a gas station, I rarely see a junk removal truck, you know what I mean? So I thought that'd be amusing. But man, 3-to-1, 3 landscape trucks to 1 junk removal truck. Whenever, and I'm going to tell you, whenever you think this market is saturated, is when you go to a gas station and there's going to be 3 or 4 trucks, and they're going to be junk removal trucks all lined up. You know what I mean? They're all going to be lined up. Oh man, what am I doing? What the hell is this? Whoa. Well, I'm lost. I think that was my turn back there. Let me see. Yeah, it was my turn. Darn it. Let me go around. Anyway, just keep your heads up, guys. The economy will turn around. We'll do a lot better. And this is, if you, hey, you know what, guys? If your business is doing great, this video is not for you. You know, this video is not for you. I tell people all the time, you don't like my channel, go watch Sonoma. Go watch somebody else. Yeah, I don't care if you watch my stuff, man. I've been blessed in this business. I don't need somebody's, you know, adaptation to christen me so I can be part of their world. I don't need that, man. I already centered that with me. You know, I'm hoping that other people can do that too for their business. I'm hoping people can do that for their business. I'm hoping people can grow their business. I'm hoping people can get and unite their business and make it something bigger than what it is right now. Hoping it happens one day. We'll see. We will definitely see. I gotta pull a U-turn back there. Are you kidding me? Oh boy. All right, guys. I will talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good day. Happy hunting. Or junk removal, you know what I mean? Whatever it is. Bye-bye.